So there's very few things in life where we can say, this applies to pretty much all 8 billion people on the planet. I like to find those things to share, which is difficult because everything's so individual, but I think I found one that's for the most part universal. And this will help. This is like the foundation to help build good health, keep good health, improve good health, etc. Even if you have chronic situations, mental health, chronic physical pain, all that. And it's this. 3 things. Hydrate, alkalize, electrify, basically. Your nervous system, for people who have any kind of mental health imbalances or any kind of chronic, any physical symptoms, period, the nervous system runs everything. So if you improve the functioning of your nervous system, because those chronic cases, people have a sensitive nervous system. So their nervous system's already compromised. That's the problem. So they really need to focus on strengthening their nervous system. That's why I made the channel Beyond the Alchemy, because it talks about semen retention, and that's huge. Guys that lose their sexual energy, and you already have a weak nervous system, not good. So go see that channel if you want, Beyond the Alchemy. And also, I like to underpin everything that I'm talking with our spiritual power. Spiritual power created this body, created the nervous system. We have to get in touch with that at some point. So that's why I made the other channel, Spiritual Renaissance. I have too many channels. When we consume electricity, that on a physical level helps strengthen our nervous system. What's the best ways to get electricity? I like tonics. You can get citrus oils from Young Living Company, essential oil company, and then you take it's easy, but yet people will still ask me about it. You take a mason jar, a quart-sized mason jar at night, you put water in it, you take one of these drops of oil, orange or tangerine or grapefruit, lemon, lime, you put 2 drops, it's citrus, it's okay, into the water, let it sit all night, and in the morning you drink it. I drink 4 of those. I also use some other oils, but you'll have to do a private consult with me in order for me to start talking about that, because it's not for mainstream. That's one option. Or tonics. It has a lot of electricity. But you got to use Young Living or doTERRA. These are the companies I trust. The other companies, you're probably going to get mixed oil. I mean, mixed. They're not going to be pure, even if they say they're pure. This is where the problem comes in. See, people's mind, they don't listen to what I'm saying, but I can't help that. So you can use essential these tonics that I'm talking, or you can use teas. I would make cold tea though. A cold infused tea, because I like to drink at least a gallon of liquid every day. And usually that's my breakfast. That's what I have in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I'll drink another quart. So you want 4 separate quarts. Let's say you do 4 quarts in the morning and then 1 quart in the afternoon. Then you're hydrated, you're alkalized, and you're electrified. So you can use different teas, cold teas. If you have herbal powders, your favorite herbal powders, you can put some of that powder in the mason jar at night, let it sit all night. You can use chlorella, you can use spirulina, you can use shilajit, that's a good one. And you make these tonics. And then in the morning, you drink them. You can use fruit juices, vegetable juices, because see, these liquids, they're powerful. They have electricity in it. They're not, you eat a big meal or gross food, meaning, they're not liquid. It takes energy to digest. So then you're going to lose some of the electricity because the body has to burn, electricity is like gasoline, so the body has to use some of the electricity to digest the food. So you're going to lose some electricity. So that's why I'm saying drink these liquids. They're full of vital force. The fruit juices and vegetable juices, like you're drinking nectar. But then later you have to ground. Otherwise, too much electricity. You get spastic. That's the problem with some of the fruitarians and a lot of the people that have done raw foods for too many years or decades. They start getting neurologically compromised because their nervous system's spasming, too much electricity. That can also happen if you do too much plant medicine, ayahuasca, San Pedro, all that. So you want to ground this energy. It's about balance. You get electrified, and then for your lunch, eat a meal to ground you. A vegetarian meal, preferably, because it takes less energy to digest. I like poor people food. I like rice and beans. Throw a little Tabasco on it. I'm good. Or a hummus wrap. I like simple foods. Plain foods. They can still taste good, but you don't want to overburden your nervous system with a lot of effort and work to digest food, especially if you already have a compromised nervous system. So you drink these tonics, you can make a smoothie, do all that, and then all morning, and then you eat a smaller lunch, okay? Then after an hour or so, you can drink another quart of something, some liquid, coconut water, or vegetable juice, whatever. Get creative, just drink something. And then for dinner, have another meal. But don't have big meals. Have some pizza, margarita pizza, cheese and tomato sauce and basil, whatever. Have a couple slices of pizza, or have some soup and lentils. Or if you have to eat meat, I would say fish. Fish is the best. It's easiest to digest. The DNA is not so complex. Like if you're eating a cow or pig or something, that stuff's hard to digest. Eat a human being. See how hard that would be to digest. I don't know. I haven't done it, but I'm sure. You don't want to eat complex chemistry. You want simple chemistry. And these tonics and juices and teas that I'm talking about, it's a very simple chemistry. So the body doesn't take a lot of energy to digest it. It's just simple. And so then you yield much more electricity from that because you're not burning it up trying to digest it. Like defeats the whole purpose. You eat people, they're too shallow in their thinking. They're like, they make something, or the internet says, oh, look at all the vitamins and the minerals and the protein, and oh, this is great. Well, what about how much energy it takes to digest? Got to look at that, because then that can nullify. If it takes a bunch of energy to digest, that nullifies all these so-called positive things that you think you're getting. So you got to use common sense and pay attention after you eat. How do you feel? Do you feel tired? That means your adrenal glands are down. They're down already. So then when you ate the food, now they're more down because they don't have a lot of surplus energy to give to digest the food. Your digestive fire's not strong. So then you eat something, you want to go to sleep. That indicates that you need to strengthen your nervous system and your adrenal glands. And diet's a good way to do that. And you stay super hydrated and alkalized. When your interstitial fluids are hydrated and alkalized and flowing like a river, everything else is gonna be more efficient. You don't want your fluids to dry up, and then things get tight and there's pain and there's coagulation and there's all these symptoms. Then we wonder why. So then doctor gives you a pill and then makes you more dry. All the sulfur and stuff in the pill, and they get stuck in the body, and I don't know, it's a mess. You want to live the highest version of yourself, and nature can show us how to do that. We just need a little common sense, which has been lost over the years because society does a really good job of taking us off track. We get bombarded with all this information and nonsense, and we just lose simplicity. So it's like you got to go back into nature to find it. Go to the Amazon or something. Stay one of those shamans. They'll get you back on track. That's the ultimate pharmacy, the Amazon. If you want to take pharmaceutical medicine, go to the Amazon. Natural pharmacy. When your interstitial fluids are bathed in liquids and flowing like a river, everything else is going to function good. And then if you got electricity for your nervous system on top of that, you're good. Now, if you have chronic degenerative disorders, you got to work with that. That's why I make these videos about, like, we got to accept our limitations also. Some of us, we've been dealt different cards than others. We have certain karmic limitations that others don't have. That's just how it is. And then if we try to focus too much, like, oh, I got to heal it, that creates more stress and nullifies the benefits that we're getting from, like, what I'm trying to share, nature's principles. So it's like, those are the people I'm primarily talking to. I'm not talking to just general health. I'm talking to those who have some above average struggle with their health that other people don't have. So it's really important for you to have a clean diet, like what I'm sharing. On top of that, surrender your health. Don't be so attached to trying to make this car perfect. That creates more stress. How do you do that, though? You need to be aware of your spiritual power. You have to get in contact with that. That will give you the strength to somehow accept things that are maybe in this moment unacceptable. And then in that surrender and acceptance, your symptoms actually improve. Everything's paradoxical. So go see my spiritual channel for that, Spiritual Renaissance, if you haven't already. And let me know any questions you have. I do consultations if people want to get more private one-on-one. My email is on the banner. So yeah, let's see what happens. Hopefully you can get a lot from the videos, though. This is the whole point of me making them. Okay? Have a good day.